David. So that's carried. Thank you. So now moving to item 17, the updated risk management policy. Just get this in front of me. So this is a recommendation from the Audit and Risk Committee. Sean, did you have any comments you wanted to make on this, given that it's already been through the committee?
No further comments. I'm excited this document has got to where it's got to. I'm happy to provide an introduction or some commentary if required, or take questions. Okay,
I'm comfortable to move straight to questions unless anybody wanted any comment prior. Are there any questions on this? Glenn?
Yeah, thank you, Sean. 4.4.1, page 143. This assessment concluded the council was at a maturity of M3 on a 5 rating scale. That appears quite concerning. Have you got a view on that?
Thanks, Glenn. No, I don't. No, I'm not concerned about that rating. This is a fairly new maturity assessment model, and the rating of M3 actually talked a lot about the gains and the strengths that had happened over council since beginning work on this in 2015. No, I'm not concerned about M3. I think it reflects a really good assessment, and but provides us with some opportunities to further improve.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah, and I take note of your words about continual improvement for the council.
Thank you, Yanni.
Thanks for the work that you've done on this. I was just wondering where terrorism fits into the risk framework, and just mindful that I've heard that a number of other agencies and schools are doing a review of their response, but we haven't seen anything from council around our response. Is there a kind of risk register where that work is happening that we should be aware of, or can anyone advise what sort of lessons learned, debriefing, risk management has been put in place as a result?
Yeah, look, so far as how it relates to this policy, Yanni, there is a risk category there around health, safety and wellbeing, and there are some other categories where a terrorism type event might branch into things like reputation and of our operations, as well as customer and citizens. So look, there is a link here into the policy, and it talks about how we have expectations through here to manage those risks. But if you're wanting specific content there in relation to how we're managing that specific risk, or how a debriefing is occurring, that's not really something I can answer in relation to this policy.
But in terms of risk management, in terms of risk management protocols and process, when we have a significant event, there should be something in our policy that requires a sort of debrief, lessons learned, review to look at any gaps and to what best practice is. Is there something in here that does that, or is it kind of just reliant on something else?
Yeah. Look, it does, albeit indirectly. So when you're assessing a risk and the uncertainty, you're always thinking about the impact and the likelihood. And so when you're coming up with a likelihood rating in particular, you need to think about, has there been a history of this risk occurring? So absolutely it fits squarely into how you'd assess and analyse a risk. Look, I am aware that there are debriefing sessions going on through a number of teams around how that risk was handled and how we could better manage that going forward.
Thank you. Further questions? All right, so I'm happy to move this resolution. Do I have a seconder? James? Is there any debate on this? I'll put the motion. All those in favour say aye.